Welcome to the Riot.
Hopefully you guys are going to like this podcast.
Do you know that I resubscribed to our podcast last night?
Did you?
Through Apple Podcasts.
Because Obi's got his new phone.
I did.
Someone's moved from Android to iPhone. So basically, it's about who has the best GIF at our Facebook page.
Right now, it's a competition.
That's a competition. I think it's really up between the Office ones, the Star Wars ones, and what's the other ones I saw a lot of?
Those have been the two I've seen the most of.
Just anything that says no.
I'm also seeing several people have given me the Ron Swanson, I'm very proud of you.
That's right.
That's
a good one.
Quite a few of those.
So if you're up for what Obi's done, or if you want to condemn him for what he's chosen for his life, you may join us, or for any other reason. It's a big decision. It is a life-changing decision.
I know. It's just funny to hear you say it, because it's like, yeah, she's right.
But if you go to RadioU Riot on our Facebook page, we would love to hear from you there.
Yeah, we would. So, hey, y'all, have a wonderful day. Enjoy this podcast. Oh, I guess there's more to say.
It's like, wait a minute. What are we going to tempt them with?
We talk about morning headaches. I still have mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, it's not so much a headache as it is I can just feel the inside of my head is swollen.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of a sinus pressure that you get.
It's just a thing. Mm-hmm. It's just a thing. It might
be more water.
Might be part of the problem.
They always say, when in doubt, drink more water.
Today?
You're not drinking enough.
This is my third one of these.
That's not enough.
It's not?
It's not enough.
What do you think that is, 32
he's
ounces?
getting close to that water poisoning where you drink too much.
I'm drinking it now.
Maybe you're drinking too much.
Okay, let's see. Also, the dentist, the Oscars, licking doorknobs. It's a thing. Let's see. T-Mobile and Sprint, The Rock, the Division 2, the Canadian Space Elevator, Jesus, your shoes, mapping the ocean floor.
All of it's perfect.
All right.
It's a perfect formula for an amazing podcast.
You're just going to enjoy it so much. And I will tell you, you'll hear this at the end of the podcast, but I'm going to throw it at you again right now. If you have anything that you think should be in the show tomorrow, you should send it to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tweet it at me. Text it to us, 877-2RADIO-U. Email us, riot@radiou.com. Go to our Facebook page, whatever. But I am always up to hear from you about what you think should be in the show.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Bye.
Uncomfortable silences during that morning carpool? Not a problem. These two never shut up. It's The Riot on RadioU.
Yesterday, something epic took place, and I mean, you may have felt it. It was somewhere probably around 1 p.m. Eastern, and that was I became the official.
Is that the broom trick where if you stick the broom up, it stays up?
Oh, it's my whole feed today. Every social media site I visit, it's nothing but brooms standing up.
I mean, it is something.
Wow. It's happening, guys.
No, he had something personally happen.
No, dude, I got an iPhone, and you can see my reaction to the iPhone on the Riot's Facebook page right now.
Oh, did you post it there?
If you go to facebook.com/RadioU Riot.
I can't wait to see the comments section.
It's brutal. I want you to know that I posted a picture of me with the iPhone yesterday, and it may be the single most traffic post I've had personally.
Yeah.
Ever. It is just.
Now, some of it's positive. There's just a lot of chatter about it.
A lot
of talk.
A lot of gifts. Lots of those.
So it's not like you don't have your SIM card yet, do you? Or?
I do not. And so like today I am still using
your
old phone. I didn't see much reason to carry it around, even though I kind of wanted to.
Oh, yeah, you should have brought it in.
It would work on Wi-Fi, of course. And in fact, here's the part that's really annoying. It does Wi-Fi calling from my Google Voice number better than my Android phone does from its carrier number.
Uh-oh.
It was just like, oh, this is weird. Like it's calling and connecting.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad you finally got it. Obi was worried that would it be delivered? Would that all be smooth? And it was.
Yeah. Now, keeping in mind that I'm coming from a Moto G6, which is a 2-year-old, very low-end Android. Now, they say it's the best of the cheapies, but it's still one of the cheaper ones.
But you've had it for a few years.
I've had it for, I'm coming up on 2 years that I've had it. And it has been a great phone for me. It has. But it continues to present challenges at times. I think some of that is also I'm on the bottom tier service of Sprint. So you guys see a pattern.
There's a pattern, theme. There's a
where
theme.
Like Obadiah has gone as cheap as possible over and over and over again. But I can tell you last night using the iPhone 10, the thing that blew me away about it, keeping in mind that it's also 2 years old, is the quality of the apps. so much better, guys.
Now watch how you say it. Everybody's going to get mad at you.
I know. I understand that. I do. You have to understand, I've been an Android user from the beginning.
Yeah, you have.
Like, from the beginning.
And there's pluses and minuses with everything.
I'm sure that I'm going to find some minuses, but last night as I was installing, well, first off, they have an app for Android that will
switch it all over?
Yeah, it ported everything. So I just laid my phones next to each other and it took care of almost everything, which was great. But I just couldn't get over using the same apps that I use on my Android phone day in and day out. It was just like the iPhone versions of those apps just had a little extra polish on them, a couple of little suggestions, a button for sharing, like, oh, that's great. And I started to understand, don't hate me, but I'm just going to tell you that some of the ways that I see people like react or do different things on social media, I was like, oh, they do that because it's so easy. It's right here. Whereas with my Android, it would be like, okay, go over here,
process.
Copy that, move it, or it's going to work, whatever. So I have been, we'll see how I feel about it after I slide into day-to-day use.
But so far, so good?
I was just, again, a couple of apps specifically that I was just so pleased with how they work.
And the camera?
I haven't taken a lot of pictures
you
yet.
gotta do that.
But you can see, most importantly, a picture of me, the selfie cam, with the iPhone.
I'm glad you finally got that.
I'd like to downplay it, but I'm actually
super
really excited about it.
Well, let's see. Positive comments only. Supportive comments. Let's do supportive comments.
It's too late, Nikki.
If you go to RadioU Riot on our Facebook page, you can say, hey there.
It's too late. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'll tell you what. You guys just head on over to our Facebook page, take a look at the picture, and just... If you've got things you need to say.
Say what you need to say.
Just say what you need to say. We're here for you.
You can also text those things you need to say, 877-2-RADIO-U.
We're also here for you.
Obadiah and Nikki tried their hardest, and that's what really matters. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Hey, did you guys yesterday see that news story about how Bill Gates was buying that huge hydrogen-powered yacht? It was like $500 million.
I think I missed that.
You didn't see?
He's buying a boat?
Man, I saw that everywhere yesterday about like how Bill Gates is buying the biggest hydrogen-powered boat in the world, and on and on and on. And it's only $500 million, and it's also not real.
So that story was fake?
It was fake. And oh man, it's tough because it was one of those things. We almost talked about it on the show because it was one of those stories where it would be real easy for me to take that stupid angle of like, well, I only need a boat that big, finally a boat that can house my 30 staff that I bring with me everywhere I go.
But so it's better you didn't because there's no such thing, or at least he wasn't buying it.
Well, and what's amazing is it's one of those things that popped up in the news and it was everywhere. Like every outlet I looked at was reporting it. And here's what's even further amazing about it is right now I'm telling you that it wasn't real, but no one's going to trumpet the it's not real story anywhere near as much as they did the, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's buying this boat. So most of us, okay, maybe not most, but a lot of us will think that Bill Gates has a $500 million hydrogen-powered boat.
Absolutely, and they'll never hear the retraction of it.
Exactly.
That happens all the time. The biggest news is the one that's usually wrong.
Right.
That spreads the most, but no one has the same passion with correcting it.
Right.
When there's a mistake with it.
So for what it's worth, that boat is...
It was $400 million.
Yeah,
no,
so
that's
just
why
to be
the
clear,
story was wrong.
That boat is real.
It is?
It isn't built yet. It's like so many other super yachts. It's under development.
Did he order
they're looking
it,
at building it.
Or he has nothing to do with it?
He has absolutely no business relationship with any of that. Like, not at all. In fact, his spokesperson came out yesterday and was just like, yeah, we don't know what you're talking about. But, again, most people won't hear that. They're just going to hear, Bill Gates getting a big boat.
A very expensive big boat.
Empty prototype for breathing.
Someone probably will be buying it. They just do that to create a buzz about the boat.
You kind of have to wonder, I wonder what else you're seeing in the news today that you're getting really fired up about, that there's a tiny retraction printed, but you'll never see it.
Oh, he didn't actually get an iPhone? He didn't switch over?
Fake.
Giving every novelty food the publicity it so blatantly desires. It's The Riot on RadioU.
Nikki, I need to ask you a question. And this is not, like, I'm not joking. I'm not whatever. This is a sincere question from me to you.
What's your sincere question?
Do you wake up, like, in the morning with a lot of pressure behind your eyes and, like...
I get it more to the sides, like my temples. But yeah, you sometimes do.
All right. What do you mean by sometimes?
Well, it just depends on, like, did I eat too late the night before? Did I not drink enough water? Was I up too late?
Okay.
That sort of thing. Or, like, if I slept with the windows open, sometimes my allergies will bug me.
Okay. So you've been up for, let's say, a couple of hours now.
Sure.
Do you still have it?
I have it right here.
Okay.
So it's not everywhere, but it's just one spot left.
So it's normal.
It dissipates. It gets a little bit better. Do you have one? Is yours? Oh no.
I have.
Is it sinus pressure?
I have a ton of sinus pressure this morning. But the thing is, like, I was in the kitchen minutes ago making some toast. And I was just like, bro, you just need to suck it up. Everybody has it. Everybody's got this. Like, you just need to, like, just deal with it, man.
Think of it as your body's warming up and getting ready.
Yeah.
And some days are better. Some days are worse.
Okay. So it's, you know.
Now, if we're talking like it's this afternoon and it's still bugging you, well, then maybe you have a little something.
All right. Well, I'm just, again, not looking to make a thing. Just wondering.
You're just reading the room, just seeing how it is.
Yeah.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
They did some digging around Greece. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, but American society, obviously the best ever. Well, wait a minute. I don't think we're supposed to say that anymore. It used to.
You love our society.
I like America, okay?
You do.
I do, but people always have crap to say about America. They've got whatever country you live in, people have crap to say about
That's
it.
just going to be with every place.
And we act like that's a new thing, like people talking smack, saying ugly things about each other, whatever. But I'm telling you right here, they have found these lead tablets. That were, they say, from a 1st century bathhouse in Athens.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So these tablets, there are 30 of them.
What's the screen size now?
Resolution's low, but they're early models.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's a fire, isn't it?
Each tablet is engraved with a curse to wish harm on someone.
Oh, gosh.
So they call upon the gods of the underworld to curse each tablet is a different person that they want to curse. And
so wait, each tablet is a different curse that you read about anybody, or each tablet was specifically
at a person.
To a person, so someone really had a lot of animosity back then.
Yeah. And I just read that and I'm like, we think that this modern ugliness is just, it's social media.
It's brought out the worst in people.
Social media is bringing out the worst in people.
Isn't that refreshing to know people were probably just as nasty back then?
I want you to know that humankind has been ugly for 2,200 years at least, and we have proof.
It's a heart condition. The whole time. The whole time it's been about our hearts.
So if you think that social media is the reason we're mean, no way. I'm telling you that people are so mean that they would grab a big piece of lead and carve into it a curse so that they would have a record of how much they hate whoever.
Do you know the dedication to carve into that?
If anything, we're just lazy with our hatred. We're like, I guess yes. I'm trying to find the perfect gift to express how much I hate whoever. People used to hate so much, they're carving in tablets.
Wow. And they had curses already set up.
Oh, yeah.
That's something.
And, well, you know what, though? Again, we have curses already set up, right?
Yeah, but we're not. It just seemed like that was more serious.
I think it's just that we're just not used to hearing things like, I hope the gods of the underworld curse you. Though, it's
not my common go-to one when I'm mad at somebody.
It's not. But maybe back then that was real common.
Maybe we can bring it back.
It's like,
if you're mad at someone today.
I'll tell you who I can't stand. They had a Senate. We have a Senate. It's just like, I can't stand the praetor of the whatever. He's the worst.
It's the same.
I hope the gods of the underworld curse him.
There you go to your go-to curse against the person.
Yeah, it's like, pass the Greek avocado toast.
Oh my gosh, the Greek yogurt would have just been yogurt.
Would have just been yogurt.
They're yogurt.
So just a heads up.
Wow, it is something.
I just want you guys to know, we've always been terrible.
Oh, well, let's try working hard at not being that way. A little positive post here and there.
You'll notice that those tablets don't seem to have survived.
It's only the cursed ones.
Don't
touch the tablets. They're not supposed to touch them.
Just telling you.
You're listening to The Riot. Let's all work together today to live life with the patience of a Nikki dealing with an Obadiah.
Gotta hang in there and get through it.
You're listening to The Riot.
Boy, some of the reporting around the coronavirus is getting to be shadier, meaning that some of the stuff that I read yesterday, I refused to bring to the show this morning because I'm like, okay, I don't know if this is true or not.
You don't know, and you hope it's not, but you just don't know.
I don't. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but like, for example, I'm not going to say his name, but there is a person that they say they've managed to look at and go, okay, he was what they call a super spreader, meaning that he traveled so much.
And he knew that he had it or did not?
He didn't know that he had it. And so he's been to all these different places and all these different countries and all this whatever. And they think that they can actually trace back his flight and be like, okay, here,
Just see
and
the
here,
spread of it.
This is where this outbreak started. This is where this outbreak started.
Did you see the video of the lady in the big high rise who was going around at night licking and spitting on the doorknobs of people's houses to spread it? Isn't that weird?
What are you doing?
Like, there's video of that. It's just walking around, and they caught her.
What are you doing?
There are some people trying to spread things.
Oh, okay. Can we just take the coronavirus thing off the table? Could we not lick and spit on the doorknobs?
You think?
I mean, could we?
You think you wouldn't even have to say don't do it, but you have to.
You always have to. Everything you think is just a given. You've got to be out there with a sign and all this stuff. And
she's just walking around in the dark, and it's, don't you know there's cameras around, but she's still doing it.
Okay, could you guys please not lick and spit on the doorknobs? Thanks, Boomer. Like, okay. All right, okay. All right, it's fine. I guess we can. I guess keep at it then.
I think she was older. Not like too old, but she was still older.
Oh, my gosh, dude. What are we doing? So they say, though, something interesting is that this guy that they say was a super spreader, he has completely recovered from the coronavirus.
That's good.
So, again, we seem to think that, I don't want to say this, like there's an attitude that in some people that this is the complete and total end of the world, but lots of people get it and recover. It's usually immunocompromised people that are struggling to recover from it. Yeah,
well,
which is not to say we probably all have an immunocompromised person in our lives.
Sure, but
so it's not.
I think it's just sad because you wish that the spread would have been caught earlier. Like he would not have traveled as much.
Yeah.
That would have been refreshing.
That's the other thing is they say that I'm getting lots of different reports about what the incubation period is and how long it's able to live on surfaces.
Weren't some people saying like several weeks?
Yes.
Like up to a month?
But again, I just want to be clear. This is I haven't seen like what I would consider to be true confirmation of that. But like there are some reports that it can take like up to 20 days. Some people I've seen reports that say it can live on surfaces for like however long. And I'm just like, okay,
well, remember,
I don't know if this is true.
They don't exactly, I think, want to tell everybody all the details about it.
Yeah.
You know, like us, the everyday average person. So I don't know if we'll ever find out.
Okay. Can I just say this? You know, they like my friend's a teacher and her school got shut down because too many people were sick.
Yeah.
What if we all just took a week off? We're like, guys, the globe is off.
Everybody takes 1 week.
Everybody take a week. Stay home.
What if you need more than a week? What if the time is longer, so you need more?
Well, I still need the internet people to keep working because I'm going to be home.
And there it is.
Was that?
You just need the week.
The Riot has now been downloaded. I hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
The Oscars are like the Super Bowl. It's like there's the thing itself, and then there's all of the things that generate off of it. So it's like, here's the Oscars, like who won, but then here's whose dress was the hottest, and here's whose dress was the nottest. And here's who says, what an amazing amount of diversity, and here's there was almost no diversity. And it's like on and on and on. Like story after story, thing after thing, commentary after commentary, when really they're just a bunch of hangers-on. But I digress.
Yes.
It looks like the Oscars may set a record on Sunday night.
It might not be the record they were hoping for, but let's be positive they at least set a record.
So, yeah, it was a record-setting night, Nikki. So congratulations to the Oscars on a record-setting year.
To quote Demon Hunter, though, it was a negative.
Is it?
A negative. Well, it's not what they want because they keep thinking everybody wants to watch all that.
Yeah, 23.6 million people watched. It was the lowest ratings of the Oscars ever.
I don't have enough, I just can't. I can't sit through the thing. I don't mind watching clips of it after, but I just cannot sit through the whole thing.
Well, okay. Just to give you some perspective, 23.6 million people watched the Oscars. 3 million people watched the XFL. Mm-hmm. So that to me, just to give you an idea.
No,
So 23.6 million is still a really good crowd for a live television event because people don't do live events
as much
like they used to unless it's a sporting thing. So it's not the worst, but people say that it was just not interesting. I just can't anymore. The Oscars, but to be clear, my dislike for watching the Oscars is like everything else. It's not even about movies anymore. Like it's about politics. So or it's not about it. Nothing is about the thing. It's about using that for the other thing.
Sure. And do you think it's always been like that? Because I know a lot of people used to have fun, have Oscar parties, who used to really like to dress up and watch and enjoy and play all those games when you're watching it and stuff. But now no one even wants to bother.
I don't know.
Have we changed or has the Oscars always changed?
It could be us. It could be that maybe we were younger and didn't care. So
maybe it was all of it.
Yeah, maybe a lot of that flew over our heads, and now we're like, all right, here we go.
Now we hear it everywhere else. So then when you hear it there, you're like, oh, it's always been there.
But I just don't really know. I had friends that had Oscar parties. I have one set of friends that I think it sounds like a lot of fun. They every year have a costume party where you dress up as one of the Best Picture movies, like a character from a Best Picture movie. They watch the Oscars together. It's fun. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. It's cool, but I just can't generate the interest. And so it's been several years since I've watched the Oscars. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's sad when you never see any of the movies that maybe you enjoyed through that year represented.
Well, I'll just tell you.
Our movies might not be what they consider good enough to be featured during the evening.
The Obies and the Oscars, not even.
They don't always match up.
Though, I mean, there were quite a few movies on the Best Picture list this year that I either have seen and liked or have been interested in seeing. So, I didn't think it was a terrible crop of choices, but I don't know. Here's what I found. And I'm speaking from personal experience, and I'm sorry, but if you really love something, you're better off not getting a chance to meet the people that make it.
Oh, that's good.
Just don't.
We might be the exception to that. But.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Because, I mean, I'll just tell you, you're running a real risk. Because I have met people.
I'm being disappointed.
I have met creators that meeting them was wonderful. It was so great. And then I have met creators where it was like, I wish I'd never met you.
That ruins
because
what you
have
liked.
ruined this thing that I love. So
the Oscars,
dice roll, and the Oscar goes too.
The Oscars, the numbers are in, and it's way down. So record year for them, but in the other way.
Well, you know what? There's always next year. It's a rebuilding year.
I don't know how to rebuild that one. They just got to make it shorter and cut some of the stuff.
It's like Michigan football. I'm sure it'll come back. Just keep at it.
The whining, the loathing, the insightful commentary on postmodern historical doctrine. Okay, maybe not the last one. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
I want to say a real big good morning. I can't wait to Jeff. Jeff said last Wednesday, you told us to remind you of your dentist appointment today, Obadiah.
Jeff.
So here you go. You have a dentist appointment today.
He's a listener, and he remembers.
What do I need a calendar for when I have people like Jeff in my life?
When we have people like you, wonderful, wonderful listeners.
He's right. I do have a dentist appointment.
Last week, you kept getting like notification after notification from your dentist about your upcoming dental appointment.
Despite the fact that I confirmed the emails and the text message, they also called me yesterday.
Oh, well, that's the normal one. Like normally you get a couple of days before.
I should have. Why didn't I just do what I wanted to on the phone? Just be like, look, what's going on? I mean, if you guys just been in bad relationships, is that what this is? Where you're just like, you've been hurt so many times and you just have trust issues? Because how many times can I tell you that I'm going to be there? I'm going to pick you up at 8. It's going to be a great time.
But how many times have people lied to them and left them and had to cancel and reschedule and all that stuff?
I'm sure that's true, Nikki, but you know what? I'm different.
You're different.
I just think I'm tired of being in relationships where I constantly have to pay the bill that the last person ran out on.
Well, I just want to make sure.
Okay. I want somebody that's paid up. I want a dentist that trusts me, that knows my word is my bond.
They're not ready to trust yet.
Which I honestly, I feel like all the phone calls and reminders, and thank you, Jeff, are really just a lot of people that actually, it's not that they don't trust me, it's just they know me. And so they know
you might forget.
If we don't tell him 14 times, if we don't make him mad about reminding him, he'll never remember.
So are you going to go today or did you reschedule?
No, I'm going.
You're going today?
I'm going.
Just a cleaning?
Yeah.
X-rays? Because I was like the other one.
I don't know.
We're like, it's not X-ray time.
I always feel like my dentist is like, they're always just like, hey, what can we do?
I know. What can you add on to it?
What can we throw on this?
You only have to do those every other time.
You're like, hey, can you guys check with my insurance company? Oh, they won't care.
It's fine.
It's no big deal. We got a whole jaw replacement for you. It's covered, probably. I don't know.
So today, Obi's going to the dentist.
Yeah.
This is the worst of the riot on RadioU.
Do you have $3? Do you want to be friends with me?
Are we having to pay $3 to do that?
No. But I'll tell you what I did last night. I messaged just about everybody I know who owns an Xbox because my absolute favorite game of last year is on sale.
For $3?
For $3. Now, what does that tell you?
You
picked a winner?
You picked a winner. No, I mean, maybe it's just time that it was. Is it the Division 1?
It is.
The Division 2?
The Division 2, I believe.
Is only $3?
Yeah.
That's quite a descent down, isn't it?
It's way down there, Nikki.
It is.
$3.
Was the first one more expensive?
They were just like, hey, does anybody have any ideas?
I know. Put it at 3.
What if we, all right, $3. What do you say?
And tell that one guy who always played.
That guy? The guy who's still playing every once in a while? Tell him, he'll tell his friends.
It just was a game that you connected with.
I loved the Division 2. I loved it. I had so much fun with it. Like, great game, so fun.
And now you want everyone to buy it at $3 so they can play with you? Yay!
Play with me, guys!
Please.
I did. I messaged several of my friends last night. I was like, hey, why don't you get this game for $3?
Are you a dealer or what? What are you doing?
Well, I was really transparent. I was like, get this game for $3 and let's pretend we're going to play it together.
Use my affiliate link.
Not exactly. But the sad thing is I had a friend of mine who did that to me. He's like, come on, dude, get it on PlayStation. Get it on PlayStation. Come on, do it. And I was like, fine. I said, I'm going to buy it. You and I will play one time and we'll never play again. He's like, no, dude. No, You know what we did? I bought it. We played one time.
And that was it.
And never played again.
Well, you just played it always on your Xbox.
No, I played it on the PC.
Oh, the PC.
Because when I buy a game on the PC, that's me just being like, you know what? I'm going to play alone. No one's going to play, so I might as well just play by myself and get the best graphics ever.
Can't you bring a friend over and play it that way on your PC?
No.
No, you can't?
I mean, I guess I could. But
like over your shoulder?
But here's the thing, Nikki. Last night, I messaged all my friends like, hey, guys. You've got an Xbox still? Let's get this. It's only $3. What are you doing? We should play. Let's play.
Aw, well, that's good for you to tell people as if it was so inexpensive.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just being a friend. And so, if you have $3 and you want to be my friend, and we can talk about, remember, I'm not asking you to play the game with me. I'm not asking you to buy the game. I'm just asking if we could have the kind of relationship where we're going to lie to each other about getting together to play.
At $3, why is the game just not free at that point? That is the very bottom.
You know, Nikki, a lot of people worked very hard.
Well, I know.
To
I'm
earn that
surprised
$3.
that it's so low so soon.
It might be that the $3 is there to pay for the bandwidth of you downloading it.
Probably, pretty much, practically. To them, it's really free. That's as low as they go.
If you guys would just cover the expenses, that's fine.
We'll
whatever.
just give it to you.
You know what's sad is I'm totally going to play it again.
Oh, you are?
I think so. I bought it in bed last night, and I asked my Xbox to download it, but I don't know. I may still have to go downstairs and turn my Xbox on to get it to download, but I'm totally going to play it for at least 15 to 20 minutes.
Well, that'll be a good thing. Maybe this weekend.
No, I want to do it today.
Today? Oh, okay. We have a dentist appointment.
Oh, crap. I forgot. All right. Well, after that.
This feels like a Valentine's gift or something. Something for Friday. Whether you have a special someone or you don't.
Oh, yeah, ladies.
$3 on a Division II game. It's a cop game, right?
Well, I mean, you're a sleeper agent that gets activated, and there's been a viral outbreak. And
if you came to the holiday with that and no one knew that it was on sale and they thought you spent more money on it, that could be a good gift.
Let's talk about a romantic night, okay? We don't even have to get together. Where your house, you're at my house.
Everybody's comfortable.
We're just playing on Xbox. We don't even have to voice chat. We're just, it's fine. Right? Right?
Where do you go when you need someone to listen to your problems and give you a big hug? Not here. Obviously, this is The Riot on RadioU.
Nikki, can you smell that?
What are we smelling?
Is it what The Rock is cooking?
Is that still a thing? Oh, no. He doesn't do that anymore.
We're done with that?
He's not even The Rock, okay?
The people's
He's
eyebrow?
an actor.
He's done?
He's moved past that side of his career.
He was an actor then, too.
Well, yeah, that's true, but he's I don't know how else to say it then.
Okay.
He's a movie actor.
Well, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is now the proud father of 18-year-old Simone Johnson. Oh, I guess he's been the proud father for 18 years.
No, I get what you mean. She's doing something now, and that's making the news.
Did you catch what she's doing?
I did. She wants to be a wrestler, too.
She does. She's joining the WWE.
So what do you do? I just saw, clips of her working out or something. Do you go to, a school? Do you have is it a training program or what?
It sounds like they have a training program, almost like an apprenticeship or something, where you go and they're getting you ready for that. Now, I imagine at some point you probably wrestle at some of the smaller shows, and
build your career up.
I'll just tell you right now, there's way more out there than you think. If you've never put your toe in it to just see how the water feels, there's a lot. You can go to a lot.
But you
of
know
those
with
shows.
Her, because of who her dad is.
Oh, yeah. She's fast-tracked.
If she has any sort of talent whatsoever towards it, she's already going to be put way ahead of everybody else.
That's ridiculous. The world doesn't work that way.
Well, yeah, sometimes it does.
That's crazy.
People will tune in for that.
No way, Nikki. This is her merit and her ability. It has nothing to do with her dad being famous.
I'm sure he'd come back out, too, then they'd make a thing out of it.
It's true.
It's a great idea.
It actually is a great idea. And it's fascinating because by joining the WWE, and again, you're not going to see her, this Monday night or something. She is basically just joining the CCC league or whatever.
The minor league of it.
She's just getting started in this thing, right? But she is the fourth generation of that family to go into professional wrestling.
I didn't know that Dwayne Johnson's dad was a professional wrestler until he passed away. And then they had shown stuff. So was his dad's dad grandfather then?
Right. Now, of course, the WWE didn't exist at that time, but they were wrestlers, and they have been inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. And they say, I did not know this, but I guess they have wrestlers that haven't wrestled for them in the Hall of Fame, which to me doesn't make a ton of sense, but who am I to judge? So whatever.
I have to fill the space up with the Hall of Fame anyways. Right? Got to put something in there.
Well, you've got to make it seem like you've got a long, rich history to draw from.
That's true. So. Mike texted in, so they're going to call her the Little Rock?
No, actually.
Information on the name, I didn't think. She's her own person?
I don't see.
I think that comes later.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see a shtick here. Anything.
You don't go in with your own name. You have to earn your name.
Well, it depends. Sometimes you do. But, that's kind of they work a couple of different ways. Like sometimes, people do stuff in minor league and then they come in. Sometimes they start. It's a whole thing. So, but you know what? We wish her, of course, the absolute best.
If you're a wrestling fan, that might be something to look forward to.
Yeah.
When I saw the pictures of her, it's like she's really strong, so she should do fine.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see the workout stuff. I just saw some photos.
Oh, she seems pretty fit.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. I mean, she could outlift me, but
she could outlift you, totally lift you,
she
like
could
everything.
Lift me. Yeah, that's cool. That's exciting, actually. God, actually, could you just put me down? Don't throw me. I'm fragile.
Proper planning prevents poor performance. Clearly, the Riot didn't properly plan. This is the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
You guys want to date, but you got to get her dad's permission first because you seem kind of shady.
Well, it's the proper thing to do.
So the mom was like, it's okay, honey. I know that he's fine. He's whatever. But your dad needs some convincing. Well, today might be the day the dad finally comes around to your way of thinking. I'm, of course, referring to the judge ruling in the Sprint T-Mobile merger.
How are those connected?
They've been dating
for a long time.
The FCC, many of us refer to them as mom, was like, you know what? It's fine. They can get married if they want to.
But Dad needed to give his final say-so on it.
Dad's got to do some research. Dad's got to look into just exactly who is this Sprint that comes along. He's got his little girl all dressed up in pink with her free Amazon Prime and unlimited
Isn't there a taco day or something?
Sometimes. T-Mobile Tuesdays, Nikki.
That's it.
We got all kinds of great stuff out there.
So has the merger been finally approved?
Not yet, but today could possibly be the day.
I mean, right before Valentine's Day.
So here's my question. If they merge, and I realize that you won't be able to answer this, but if they merge, does that mean all of a sudden, like where T-Mobile has crappy coverage, suddenly they'll just be Sprint towers and like they'll all come together and it'll be this happy, amazing network?
I think that's normally how that works out.
Is that going to be
eventually? Then they'll be using all those towers.
There'll be some actual competition for Verizon?
No one said that. No, it's better, though. It's closer to being competition.
Okay, because
You'd be surprised who uses everyone's towers. Like, you're like, oh, this is Verizon's and Verizon's only. That's not how that works. So there's other companies that use those same ones.
Well, what happens is you've got those like kind of resellers, like a Boost Mobile or whatever. And what happens is you end up like me. They might use another network. So like maybe you're on Sprint, but it's through like Hagelstoff Mobile.
Yes, that's a new one.
And
the hotness.
It's such a big savings for you, right? But you're like the lowest tier. So if a lot of people are using it, you get kicked first. That's how that works. That's why those are cheaper.
But if you're fine with that, it doesn't matter.
It is fine. And that's going to be me. I joined Hagelstoff Mobile.
You did officially.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be huge.
So did I see you? Did you talk with Sprint yesterday?
Yeah.
Do we have closure with that, or can we
Nikki,
get the information on it?
If you want to hear about my dating relationships, let's take a minute.
We had a 1-year relationship with Sprint.
Yep.
It was amazing. Wasn't it like 50 cents or something?
$3.50 a month.
$3.50 a month for his phone service.
That's right.
It was a deal.
It wasn't I could walk away at any time.
Well, I thought you had to wait 1 year.
No.
No, you could? You could leave earlier?
Walk away at any time, Nikki.
My gosh, those are a lot of promises.
But here's the thing, is that Sprint really proved it true. Why buy the cow when you're getting the milk for free or very cheap? Because...
So you had to cancel it because you're moving to something else, so I wanted to hear how it went.
Yeah, Sprint was like, are you ready to make a commitment? And I was like, hang on, Hagelstoff's on the phone.
Someone's cheaper over there.
I'm going to get back to you. Appreciate you, though.
The Riot, not everyone's fan.
I wonder whose idea this was.
Radio U.
Nikki, James wants to say hi to you.
Hello, James.
He's in New Jersey.
Oh, hey.
And he wants to know how you feel about elevators.
Elevators? Mm-hmm. Pretty good. I don't get like claustrophobic or anything.
Even in like a really tall one?
What's the one I went up in Chicago?
Sears Tower, but has a different name now.
It's the other one. Yeah, the different name.
Yeah.
That one I went up, and I will admit, for just the briefest of moments, you're just like, a little anxious.
Sure.
But then you're fine when you're up on top.
Well, there's some Canadians. Nikki, have you ever heard of Canada?
Yeah. Lovely.
From what I hear, they're real nice.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
So apologetic. So kind. There are some people in Canada that just set out a patent, I guess it is, for an elevator, an inflatable elevator.
What's that?
To space.
No. Okay, now we're just... I'm sorry, but
Sorry.
we're not doing that.
Well, what's that about?
What are we doing? You can't do that.
No, actually, okay. Have you ever heard of the space elevators?
No.
So the idea is this: we build.
Is that a party, like one of those party slides, the
That's what it is,
inflatable
yeah.
ones?
No, the idea is that we would build a large tower to heaven, and then
We're not allowed to. It's a trap.
You build a huge tower.
No.
But listen, the idea is you need a rocket to escape Earth's gravity. So if we would build this thing tall enough, what you would do is whatever you wanted to get into space, it goes in the elevator. And the elevator, because of its slow ascent and all that, takes very little energy compared to a rocket launch to take things up. And it would just be 12 miles, 20 miles, however tall this thing would be. And it would enable us to very easily and somewhat quickly move things into space.
People or just items?
Whatever.
Wow, I wouldn't want to be stuck in that.
You want to take a 20-mile ride on the elevator?
How long would that last? Just I need a number.
Well, in Super Dimension Century Orgus, it was terrorists were always trying to blow that thing up.
They were always?
They're always after that thing. Oh. Well, these Canadians, the idea is that you would, you inflate it.
Do you have to tear it down each night, or
yes?
How are you inflating this?
That's it. Well, they got those air stations, and my dad has an air compressor.
You can get that thing up in no time.
Yeah. So from the top of the tower, space planes will launch in a single stage to orbit.
Oh, so planes will leave from the top of the tower. Didn't catch that.
Well, what did you think was going to happen?
I don't know.
Well, you just ride the elevator and step
You're
off?
You're in space. I had no idea. I just saw you were in there. That's what I was like, how is that going to work? No, it makes more sense now. So at the top of it, that's where the plane stuff takes off.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
I don't like this stuff.
All right. Well, Nikki, so you're
Sometimes
not in?
It takes seeing a picture, and this is you
got it.
I got the mock drawing of it, and yeah, I can see what they're trying to do.
All right. Well, James, thanks so much for emailing us. We get a lot of texts. We get a lot of messages, emails sometimes, and you can email us, riot@radiou.com.
Hey, I'm normally up for this if there's a restaurant on the top that spins.
I'm sure.
Do we get a restaurant up there?
I'm sure there's something to eat up
for
there.
a birthday, for a special occasion.
Just think about this. It's an elevator that if you were running, what if I run a half marathon, which is about how tall that would be, it takes me about 2 hours. That's a long elevator, Nikki.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's a long elevator.
You have to have snacks and a bathroom, just in case.
Oh, I'm sure they'll have those.
So, all right, well, there's
and
an
a parachute.
Option. Well, is there an elevator right next to it that takes you back down?
Is there? Oh, gosh. And they're like, oh, we're sorry, the elevator's broken. You're going to have to take the stairs back down.
No, there's a slide. Oh, that'd be fun.
That actually sounds fun and terrifying.
You're listening to the worst of the riot. Radio U.
I heard, I think, one of the most profound statements I've ever heard. What's today? Tuesday? Mm-hmm. All right, it was on Sunday. It was a little girl. I can't remember how old she was, but her name's Bella, and she said, Jesus helps me find my shoes. Now, many of you will immediately dismiss this for a couple of reasons. One, because a kid said it. And two, because you're like, oh, yeah, imaginary guy, you would have found your shoes anyway. So giving some, guy in the sky credit for helping you, blah, 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 whatever. We would immediately dismiss that. But here's what's funny is that I have a relationship with God. And when she said, Jesus helps me find my shoes, I was like, yep, right there.
As simple as that?
Right there. Aww. What you just said right there. Because here's what I have experienced with God. When I say God, a lot of times we think of maybe fancy buildings. We might think of like a face on a cloud or maybe a piece of art that we've seen. But I don't feel like I've heard very many people express the relationship I have with God as simply as that little girl when she said, Jesus helps me find my shoes. Because that is the kind of relationship I have with God. Jesus said when he left, one, that he was coming back, and two, that he was going to send a friend to be there to help you day in and day out, to counsel you, to just be with you, and that would be his spirit that would come and live with you if you would invite him in. And that has been my experience. I have not, you could come and spend time with me, and to be quite frank, you would be like, Obadiah, you're a hypocrite. You're a great person 1 minute, and then the next minute you're not. There are just all these things that you could say about me. But I'll just tell you this. In my day-to-day life, the biggest thing that has made the biggest difference for me is not me. It has been God's Spirit living with me. Just that simple friendship that when I can't find my shoes, like God and I are such good friends that I can just be like, oh, God, could you help me find my shoes? Could you help me find this? Could you help me with this? And it seems counterintuitive to think that somebody as big and important as God could be concerned about the tiny little things in your life, but he is. He is. And so, look, if you don't have that kind of friendship with God, you know what? Instead of taking my word for it or Bella's word for it or anybody's word for it, what I would like you to do is experience it for yourself. I want you to start a relationship with God this morning, and whatever it is that's on your mind or your heart or your agenda today, to talk to him about it. Just say, Jesus, right now, I want to have a relationship with you. I want you to come into my life. I want you to forgive me. I want you to heal me. I want your spirit to live with me. And here's what's going on. Talk to God about whatever it is.
The Riot. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good. Wait, isn't that exactly what it means? It's The Riot on RadioU.
We're almost there. Like, we are straight up just almost to the big day. Nikki's birthday.
Next week.
It is. It's
Yay,
next
Wednesday.
Okay.
Spoken's coming in that morning.
Oh, they're going to celebrate the big times.
It's not related. They're just coming in anyways.
Don't you believe it? Don't you believe it for a second?
It's mostly because they have shows going on, but. So, yeah, it's my birthday next
shows?
week.
All right, Nikki.
Yep.
So what is it that you want to do for your birthday?
Well,
Tell the class.
I was telling Obi the other week I lost another nose ring. It's somewhere during the sleep or getting dressed portion of the day. It popped out of my nose.
I just love that. Nikki's dropping gold places.
Yeah, it just happens every so often.
She sheds gold.
I was going to go to a local studio and just get a nicer nose ring because normally mine are just pretty cheap because I tend to lose them. So.
Okay, wait. Can we hold on that for a minute?
Yeah.
You're going to go to a local studio to get one. Does that mean that you would have bought one that is larger and more elaborate, so it would have been more likely to stay in?
Mine's a stud, so I was thinking, well, maybe I want a hoop or something. And
okay.
I tend to, with hoops, just want to actually see it to decide if it's one that I like.
Okay.
Because there's different sizes.
Yeah, sure.
That you can get.
Uh-huh.
So you get sized and whatever. So I was tempted to go there, but then I decided if I went there, I want to get my other side of my nostril pierced. So they're matching.
So you have matching?
Yeah. So Eric didn't seem as up on it. So I think I have to find a friend who wants to come with me, or I don't know, maybe for my birthday go do it, but that's what I was thinking.
Riot skips.
I know.
Work.
Or maybe they could just come here. Why do I have to go? Why can't they just come here?
Maybe they could go. You could just lay in bed. What if they just laid in bed? You laid in bed and they did it.
That's a great idea.
What do you think about that? And wait, you know what? You laid in bed and they did it, and then they paid you for the privilege of coming to your house.
Yes.
Like, Nikki, I just left $100 on the table there because I was so excited to be here. Thank you.
I mean, that works too. I was just thinking if they come to the studio. Is there like a mobile piercing studio that just goes around?
Well, I mean, it
like
makes
the dog
sense.
grooming?
Or like Jared from Graceful Closure, he had that coffee cart where he was going around making coffee. Like, does anybody have a piercing cart?
If not, it's just over there. And it's near one of the cheap Chinese places that we like. So we could go eat lunch. And then we could go.
Make the call.
Make it happen.
And you know what? We'll just go live.
Well, if we want to. If not, I just might want to go.
Pause. It's if you want to. Like, if you want to.
Yeah.
This thing is happening.
Yeah. So I think I do. I'm just still going back and forth, but I think I do.
Well, what I'm saying is not whether or not you want to do it, but if you want to go live with it, that's going to be...
That's up to you.
Yeah.
Whoever goes with me.
That's up to you. I mean, like,
I don't know.
If I'm telling you right now, if you're up for doing it live, I will hold the camera and offer
but who will hold my
off-putting
hand?
commentary. Well, yeah, I got two hands. I'll have a camera in one hand, your other hand there. And
No, the last one didn't hurt, so I think I should be okay. But I was thinking...
Since the cameras are rolling, this one's
I'm
gone.
not crying. Oh, no way.
No, it's not that.
Do you think it would look nice if I had both of the sides of my noses pierced?
We're just in there. I want to be there because he's just like, snip. He's like, did that hurt? No. Oh. And then we just hear him go, oh gosh. Hey, get paper towels. Sometimes
you can hit like a little vessel in it and it gushes, but normally it does not. Normally there's no blood.
Please let that happen.
You're so mean.
No, because it would be great for Nikki. I'm just putting the show first.
I'm just trying to think of something else. Like, we're all older. We can't go and have like a Chuck E. Cheese birthday party, but what else can we do?
First off,
I can go to the movies, a movie, and then that, or that and then movies. That could be fun.
Real talk. On your birthday, if you want to do like lunch and a movie or whatever, I'm in.
You're in for it? There's just no fun movies out.
What? We'll go see Suicide Squad.
No, I don't want to see that one. And we're a few days before the Emma movie. That's the only one I want to see this month.
What about Bad Boys 3? You and me sing Bad Boys 3.
Actually, that would be quite fun, wouldn't it?
We'll watch Hot Fuzz and then Bad Boys 3.
It'd be perfect. So we have till next week. We have a few days to prepare, but that's just what has been looming.
I just want you to know, if you want to go, I'm in. I'm in. Let's do it.
What'd you do on your birthday, Nikki?
Hung out with Obi. He's so cool. He took me over and we got a piercing, and then we had lunch, and then we went to the movies.
Is that not the perfect day?
Sounds pretty good to me.
Worst of the riot. Radio U.
Does anybody else think the ocean is fascinating? Now, I don't mean like, hey, we were on the beach and it was like 5 feet deep and we were like, I saw sand.
It's fascinating.
Wow.
You mean inside?
Sand.
You get in and you explore all that it has to offer.
I'm talking about all that crap out there that we don't know is there. Like the ocean floor that's like 2 miles deep. Are there ancient cities there?
In the dark areas?
Who the heck knows? Now, in fairness, it could be nothing. Could be like nothing. Or who knows what the heck we can find? Like, we don't know. There's huge parts of the earth. We have no idea what's there. And it's just covered in water. We don't know. And so there is a group called Ocean Infinity that is joining something called Armada. And they have 11 vessels that they say they're teaming up with a bunch of people around the world. And they are going to try to create, between now and 2030, so across 10 years, highly detailed maps of the ocean floor.
So kind of like when the Google Maps thing goes around?
Yeah, but in the ocean.
But in the ocean?
Because, when submarines are like the thing.
That'll be a slow process.
I think it's an amazing undertaking.
Yeah.
Just to see, like, all right, what do we find on the ocean floor? And they say that they think they'll find a lot of things, which... Just to be completely honest, that's probably, they're like, this is for science.
Well, they're trying to add some excitement to it.
Don't worry, they'll figure out a way to make a little money on the side.
I don't think there's some hidden creature that will do us harm, but it'll be neat to see things.
You don't know that. Did you? You know what? You still haven't seen the Meg, have you?
No, I haven't. What did they put in that? That was a shark, though, wasn't it? Or a giant shark?
It was a huge shark.
It was a huge shark.
And
then I'm not going down to map anything in a submarine.
I know, right? Because, man, Jason Statham had to face that shark 3 times across I don't even know how many years, all this stuff. And you know what I'm saying?
Now that you own it, I feel like I need to borrow it.
You should.
But it's only digital copy, right?
No.
Did you buy a Blu-ray of it?
Yeah.
You did.
I got a 4K Steelbook.
You did?
Well, you know what happened? Best Buy went through this whole thing where they're clearing out their Steelbooks because nobody's buying them. And so I picked it up for $10.
That's about right.
And I am embarrassed to tell you that I really like that movie.
You watched it again?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's not good, but I really like it.
Well, I guess we'll see. They have 10 years to start mapping these parts of the ocean that we don't know what are down there.
It's fascinating. Who the heck knows what they'll find?
See, that, I would like it as a documentary.
Yeah,
that would be neat to watch.
Wouldn't you like to see? And I mean, even if they're like, we didn't find anything, okay, well, tell me about the process. How do you guys make it work? These really deep ocean things, did you have a special submersible? Was there satellite imaging? What did you do? And it just got really boring and nerdy in here.
No, not at all. And you love this, though. This is what he really likes. Remember, we have to sit through.
I'm getting excited about it.
Sometimes we have to just sit through when Obadiah likes something. We sit through and we just say, that sounds so cool.
You know what we need to do? We need to start polling the audience to see what they like.
No, you don't. You don't want to know. You do not want to know.
No. I don't want them to tell me what they think of me. I really don't want to know that. But you guys, here's what you guys should do today. You should email riot@radiou.com.
I just have them text.
Stop by our Facebook page or just text us at 877-2-RADIO-U. I'm giving you all the options. Tell us what you think we should talk about. And tomorrow, I'm going to handcraft the show, trying to figure out what you guys want instead of me talking about how cool it is to use satellites to map the ocean floor.
Why don't you ask them? Does that sound interesting?
It's
yes
open,
or no?
It's open-ended, Nikki.
It's open. You can
guys
like
go
the
ahead.
ocean itself. It's just so
it's
open.
enormous and whatever.
And we have no idea what's under there.
You feel free to let me know what you guys want in tomorrow's show because you guys understand it's my job to make it.
So he's just delegating it now.
So, I'm going to take your ideas. I'm going to
You're crowdsourcing.
Yeah, come on.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.
And it just got really boring and nerdy in here.